Chapter 2. He's going to do something awful, I whisper, anxiously picking at the skin around my thumbnail. It stings, but I don't stop. I haven't been able to since history class with Dread yesterday. Ever since then, I've been on edge, constantly glancing over my shoulder, bracing for the moment he finally makes his move. My left thumb is already raw, so I've moved on to the other. Sable barely looks at me. She dips her thin brush into a soft rose-pink lipstick and carefully glides it across the corpse's pale, lifeless lips. I swear I saw the old woman's finger twitch earlier, and ever since, I've been watching her closely, just in case she decides to rise and devour me. When hasn't he? Sable mutters, her tone edged with dry irritation. She shoots me a quick, unimpressed glance before returning to her work. Freshman year, I was desperate for a job, and Eterna Requiem, the only place hiring, took me in. A small Puerto Rican, family-owned funeral home tucked away in Hollow Canyon. It wasn't exactly where I pictured myself working, but desperation doesn't leave room for preferences. Juan, the owner, and Sable's father, felt sorry for me and hired me as an assistant. He and his wife, Isa, handle the grieving families, while Sable, the mortician, works with the dead. I met Sabela Vasquez on my very first day. After getting hopelessly lost in the maze-like building and stumbling into the embalming room mid-procedure, most people would have screamed or run. I just asked if I could watch. Somehow, that was enough to spark a friendship. We bonded quickly, not over death itself, but over the terrifying unpredictability of how we might meet it. Sometimes, when boredom gets the better of me, she even lets me help with the makeup. If Juan ever found out, though, we'd both be trapped in one of his endless lectures. And trust me, there's nothing worse than a Juan Vasquez lecture. I lean against the cold metal table where the woman lies, crossing my ankles and folding one arm over my stomach, while the other rests lazily on top. My fingers absent-mindedly slide my pendant back and forth along its chain as my thoughts drift. 96 years old, heart failure, alone in a nursing home. The only ones who mourned her were the nurses who cared for her. Apparently she had 4 children, but none of them showed up until it was time to arrange the funeral and collect their share of her life insurance. If anyone thinks drama dies with a person, they're wrong. This time just feels worse than usual, I murmur, my voice distant. My eyes burn from staring too long without blinking. The woman's face begins to blur, and the unease in my stomach twists tighter. I don't know why, just the way he told me to call my father for help. My words trail off, and I shake my head, forcing myself to look away from the body. Anxiety has carved out a permanent space inside me. If I could push it out as easily as I bury the memories it feeds on, maybe I'd finally feel normal. Sable sets her brush aside and turns to face me fully. Her deep chestnut eyes lock onto mine, her perfectly arched brows drawing together in concern, creasing her warm, tawny skin. At 26, she's only a few years older than me, but in moments like this, she feels like something more. Steadier, safer, like the older sister I never had. First, stop torturing your lip, she says firmly. My jaw stills. I hadn't even noticed I'd started biting it now. Slowly, I release it from between my teeth. Second, she continues, her voice softening just a fraction. I really wish you'd report him to the media or something before he does something that will seriously hurt you. I tilt my head back and let out a heavy sigh. It's not that easy, and you know it, Sabila. She gives me a sharp, unimpressed look. Only her parents call her by her full name, and only when she's in trouble, which, honestly, is pretty often. He's literally the god of Hollow Canyon and can do no wrong. Last time I tried going to the dean, he said he'd have me expelled for spreading lies and jeopardizing Dread's future as an Olympic swimmer. I turn my head back toward her. She's staring at me with pure disgust, and she has every right to. She hates Dread almost as much as I do. He's also just a straight white male, she mutters under her breath. Exactly. Plus, something tells me the authorities would take his word over the daughter of an infamous serial killer, especially when he has an entire university kissing his feet. She scoffs and looks back down at the body. Her dark brown curls fall around her face as she silently processes everything. Her hair is always perfect. Smooth, shiny ringlets, cut into a long bob that rests just at her shoulders, parted to one side. With a frustrated sigh, she tucks a section behind her ear and goes back to work, her movements stiff. She picks up a brush and presses it harder than necessary into a palette of light pink blush. "Who fucking cares if he can swim like a fish?" she mutters as she lightly dusts the pale cheeks of the woman. I press my lips together, choosing not to answer. We both already know the truth. Everyone in Hollow Canyon cares. To them, he's a legend, and that makes them feel important. She glances at me again. "Stay with me tonight, or however many nights, until you're safe again." I should. It wouldn't be the first time I stayed at Sable's place instead of my dorm just to avoid dread, but it never really helped. It didn't stop him. It only delayed whatever he had planned. Like cancer, he adapts. If I'm not where I'm supposed to be, he finds a way to make me go there anyway. He always does. Like the time he hot-wired my car, drove it to the top of a slope with a ravine below, put it in neutral, and let it slowly roll forward just to see if I'd stop it in time. Or when he somehow released a whole family of raccoons into my dorm room. I still don't know how he even caught them. And those are just a few examples. There are so many more. Which means one thing: it's useless. Dread will find me no matter what. And honestly, it's easier to walk straight into his trap than pretend I can avoid it. If only I could be that fucking lucky. The dorm hallway is completely silent as I slowly make my way through it. My eyes dart across the half-white, half-wood-paneled walls, like something dangerous might jump out at any second. It's past midnight. I just finished my shift at the funeral home. After Sable told me I could stay at her place if Dread tried anything tonight, I cleaned up the viewing room from an earlier service and clocked out. My heart pounds hard against my chest, adrenaline rushing through me. Usually I act normal, calm, like nothing bothers me. I don't let people see weakness, but right now, I'm alone, and I can't hide how I really feel. Dread scares me, but I've lived with worse monsters before. Still, I have this annoying instinct to survive, mixed with a stubborn part of me that almost dares danger to come. The truth is, I'd rather let him kill me than let him see how much he actually affects me. I stop in front of my door, staring at the handle like it might be poisoned. A sick, heavy feeling settles in my stomach. I know, whatever is waiting inside, I'm going to hate it. Just get it over with, Reverie. I take a deep breath, grab the gold knob, twist it, and push the door open before I can change my mind. A sharp gasp escapes me instantly. My eyes widen, my jaw drops, my heart sinks so hard it feels like it's fallen into my stomach. Nausea rises, and I cover my mouth as I stare at the room, shaking my head. There's no way this is real. But it is. A woman, cut apart, lies in the middle of my room. Arms, legs, her head, all scattered in a pile. Even from here, I can see a chunk of blonde hair missing from her scalp. Dark blood stains the ends of her limbs and spreads across the floor, creeping toward the rug. This doesn't feel like Dread, and that's worse. No, this looks like my father. I quickly step inside and slam the door shut behind me. For a few seconds, I just stand there, staring, my chest rising and falling fast. Was Lionel released already? That's not possible. He's not supposed to get out for another 3 weeks. Or maybe Dread found out and is using this to mess with me? I look at the body again and gag. Yeah, this is real. Oh my God, I whisper, leaning back against the door. Shit, fucking shit. I press a hand to my forehead, staring at the floor, trying to think. But my thoughts are racing too fast. Panic floods through me, making me dizzy. My knees feel like they might give out. If this is Lionel's doing, the last thing I need is more of my DNA here. There's already enough. This is my room. Am I going to prison for this? One Demore gets out, just for the other to go in. My eyes dart around the room, completely lost. I'm not thinking clearly. I can't, but I have to. Then it hits me. Check the goddamn CDCR site, dumbass. That will tell me if Lionel is out. Barry said updates aren't being posted regularly, but releases are automatic within 24 hours. So if Lionel is free, it'll show. I grab my phone from my coat pocket, but my hands are shaking so badly that it slips and falls. Fuck, I snap, frustrated. fucking shit, motherfucker. Fucking fuck. I pick it up quickly, my heart still racing. It takes a moment for my thumbprint to work, making me even more impatient. I try to open the browser but hit the wrong app. Oh my fucking God, I groan. Finally, I open the site and type in his name, messing up more than once because my hands won't stop shaking. When the page loads, my eyes go straight to his location, Scarlet Bay. Correctional facility. He's still in custody. So then who? The answer hits me instantly. The copycat. Of course. Lionel wouldn't risk putting a body in his own daughter's dorm. That would get him caught immediately. But Barry said the copycat might be working with him, which means this is a message. Lionel knows I know he's getting out. I didn't keep my promise. So now he's showing me what's coming without getting his own hands dirty. My hand flies to my mouth. Tears blur my vision as they spill over. It feels like everything is falling apart around me and I can't stop it. I should call the police, but I can't move. I'm completely frozen. The first sob escapes me. And suddenly, a loud bang hits the door behind me. I scream, jumping in shock. My phone slips from my hand again. I clutch my chest, staring at the door as it shakes from another hit. Police! Open up or we're coming in. Oh, fuck, I whisper, covering my mouth again as tears fill my eyes. I look between the door and the body, panic rising even higher. Who even called them? Another loud bang shakes the door. Okay, I'm coming, I shout. I try to take a breath before opening it, but I can't. The door suddenly bursts open, slamming into my shoulder and knocking me to the ground. Pain shoots through my body as 2 officers rush inside. They stop when they see me on the floor, then look at the body behind me. Jesus fucking Christ, one of them shouts. It wasn't me, I say quickly, my voice shaky and breathless. You're under arrest, the second officer says, walking toward me. Get up. Wait, no, I gasp. I didn't. He grabs my arm and pulls me up. The room spins and I feel like I might throw up. Charlotte D'Amour, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. What? No, that's not even my name anymore. I didn't do this. Then why is she in your room? The other officer snaps. I don't have an answer. Maybe they already knew about the body. Maybe my father told them. Maybe he blamed me. It wouldn't surprise me. He's always been like that, turning himself into the victim and making me the villain. The officer forces my hands behind my back and cuffs me, then drags me toward the door. Pain shoots through my shoulder again as I stumble along. In the hallway, girls peek out from their rooms. Some whisper, others stare. What did she do? I don't know. Was anyone recording at least? No, fuck, I forgot my damn phone. Wait, I thought I heard them say something about a warrant for her arrest. He's always been like that, turning himself into the victim and making me the villain. The officer forces my hands behind my back and cuffs me, then drags me toward the door. Pain shoots through my shoulder again as I stumble along. In the hallway, girls peek out from their rooms. Some whisper, others stare. What did she do? I don't know. Was anyone recording at least? No, fuck, I forgot my damn phone. Wait, I thought I heard them say something about a warrant for her arrest. Oh my God, she's a criminal too? I thought everyone knew she has a record. Did one of them say something about a murder? Or am I insane? What? She killed someone? I don't know. Maybe. Go check her dorm or something. No, you. I don't want to see that shit if she did. You guys are such pussies. I'll go look. I squeeze my eyes shut, tears slipping through my lashes as they drag me down the stairs to the main floor. Somewhere behind us, someone lets out a sharp yelp, probably after seeing what's in my room. Then come the whispers, the questions, and finally horrified gasps. Why are you letting people in there? I snap, glaring at the 2 men holding me. That's literally a crime scene. The one gripping my arm jerks it hard. Just keep walking. What the fuck? Why would they let anyone go inside? There should be officers everywhere, taping off the room, securing everything. Why hasn't anyone else shown up? Before I can say anything, the second officer pushes open the exit door. Freezing air slams into me, making me gasp. It's the middle of January, and snow covers the ground. Cold wind slips under my coat, biting into my skin. Can you at least listen to me for a fucking second? I try again, my voice shaking. It wasn't me who did that. They ignore me. They drag me off the sidewalk and into the courtyard. I frown, slowing down as I look ahead. There's nothing. Cars sit in the parking lot, but there's not a single police vehicle. No flashing lights, no backup, just darkness and silence. A sick feeling settles deep in my stomach. The officer yanks my arm again, telling me to move, but I barely hear him now. I narrow my eyes and really look at them. They're young, too young, and familiar. The one beside me is tall and lean, but still strong. Dark hair peeks out from under his hat, and even in the dim light, I know that shade. It's auburn. The one dragging me is built broader, his hair shaved close to his head. Then I see it, the tattoos on his hands, the barbell piercing in his eyebrow. My stomach drops. Fuck me. Keep up. The shaved head one snaps again. But he's not a cop. Not even close. Are you fucking kidding me? I scream, digging my heels into the snow, but I just slide. My heart pounds even harder now for a completely different reason. These aren't police officers. They're students. Dred's friends. This was all him, and instead of feeling relieved, I'm furious. I was so panicked, thinking about the body, about my father, about being arrested, that I didn't even recognize their voices. You're such an idiot. Rogue Cameron is the one holding me. Dred's teammate, loud, reckless, always smirking. Tattoos, piercings, that careless attitude, like everything's a joke. Except when it comes to hurting people, then he enjoys it. Beside me is Severin Fox, quiet, calm, too calm. The kind of guy people fall for without thinking. Auburn hair, soft smile, dimples, but there's nothing soft about what he does. Let me go, I snap, yanking my arm despite the pain in my shoulder. So she finally comes to her senses, Rogue says with a smirk. Rogue, I'm serious. Let me the fuck go. Not gonna happen, little murderess. Panic surges through me. I fight harder, digging my heels into the ground. We got a live one, Sev, and she's a fighter, Rogue shouts, laughing. They drag me forward anyway. Stop it, I scream. I can't use my hands, so I thrash my whole body, but it doesn't help. They keep pulling me toward the flagpole in the middle of the courtyard. My eyes widen. I know exactly what they're about to do. No, 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 no. I shake my head, fighting harder, but their grips only tighten. Let me go, I scream, stumbling as they pull me closer. We reach the pole. Rogue grabs both my arms while Severin moves behind me and unlocks the cuffs. I look up at Rogue, desperation filling my voice. Please don't do this. He just smirks. The cuff loosens and then tightens again around one wrist. Severin grabs the other side and pulls it toward the pole. Severin, stop, I say quickly, trying to pull away. He doesn't. Of course he doesn't. He snaps the cuff onto the pole. I'm chained. Sorry, sweet cheeks, Rogue says lazily. That dummy up there went through some pretty brutal torture, and I'd hate for all my hard work to go to waste. My eyes dart around, searching for help. No one comes. No police, no students, nothing. Everyone must have figured out the body was fake, just another sick joke. They're used to it by now. 4 years of this. It's like 5 fucking degrees outside, Rogue, I say, my voice shaking. Please, guys, you got me, okay? I absolutely panicked and thought this whole thing was real. Dred wins. You don't have to chain me up outside to prove that point. Rogue rests his hand on my shoulder, looking down at me like I'm nothing. Look, babe, there are consequences to accusing our swim team captain of sexual assault in a classroom full of people. What did you expect? You could have cost him the next Olympics games if they had taken you seriously. But no one fucking does, I shoot back, letting out a bitter laugh. No one has ever taken me fucking seriously, and you know it. Sorry, babe. He's not sorry, not even a little. I glare at him, forcing back tears. They won't see me cry again. Rogue gives me one last smile and walks away. Severin looks at me once, blank, unreadable, then turns and follows him. Just like that, they're gone. Minutes later, I hear a car start. Then silence. I'm alone. The cold hits me harder now. Tears blur my vision as I slide down the pole and sit on the freezing ground. I pull my knees to my chest, trying to keep warm. The snow soaks through my jeans instantly, numbing my body. The wind cuts through my clothes, making me shiver uncontrollably. My teeth chatter, and I press my forehead against my knees, letting out one broken sob before forcing myself to stop. He wants to break me, but I won't let him. I didn't survive everything just to fall apart now. I will get back at Dread for this. If I make it through the night, he's going to pay. And maybe, just maybe, I'll finally become exactly what they think Elle am. But instead of freezing him like this, I'll make sure he burns.